No, we back in the kitchen we're the cooking in the kitchen, not kitchen and cooking. That's a bad thing, but we're going to be kitchen and cooking. Cooking in the kitchen. There we go. All right, everybody, so here we go. A lot of fun. Hopefully you're ready for a great meal. I started doing a lot of prep work so we could go through this. So what I did, just before you guys went on live, is I put my 3 baked sweet potatoes in the microwave. So again, you take your fork, you can sort of puncture them a little bit, take a wet paper towel, roll it up around there, put it in. I started 8 minutes, so we got 3 more minutes on that. So if you want to see what else, I've already started the water for the gnocchi. We got some stuff kind of prepped, ready to go. We got the oven coming up to temperature, so we're getting things ready to rock and roll. So the one thing I'm going to start with then is this right here. So this is the base of our vinaigrette. So we put half a cup of white wine vinegar in there. We have 6 tea bags already taken out. So I use the Lipton brand. These are the blueberry acai. And so you're going to come over, you're going to start bringing it up a little bit. So put it on the back there. We'll kind of get it up to about 7 or 8. Once it starts bubbling a little bit, we'll turn it off and we'll drop the tea bags in there and then we'll let it steep for about 5 minutes. That's going to be the flavor, the base of your blueberry acai vinaigrette. Okay, sounds good? All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to start preparing. And again, Curtis can attest, I washed my hands twice before we started.
He did. He's clean.
See, like right there, a little bit of membrane. Just that can sometimes be a little bit of whatever dish you're going to use. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil. You're going to rub it up. So a little bit on one, we'll do almost do all of them. Just want to get that flavor rolling in there. Like so. And then we got it over here. So let me get my hands from that oil cleaned off again. So we're going to set these off to the side right now because the oven's coming up to temperature. So you're going to have those in the oven about 10 minutes. If you want, you can just start seeing a little bit of browning on them, or even if it looks like it's burning, that's actually okay. It's just the oil on the skin. But you just want to kind of get them to where they're being soft up and roast a little bit. So set that over here. Get that ready to go off to the side right here right now. Okay. So just take a towel, fold it a couple times, give yourself a brace on it, because they're going to come out, they're going to be super hot. We're going to test and see how soft they are. Somewhere between 8 to 9, 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes to get the potatoes good and done. We'll stop here 20 seconds early and see how we did. Okay, so we're going to leave those in there about 2 more minutes. Okay, good. Now, I did some prep work as well. So, I cut up, I got a small onion, cut it up, okay? I went ahead and got the carrots and the celery up a little bit, okay? So we're going to get it turned on. We're going to get it up. We want that oil to come up really good. So we're going to let that roll for a few minutes. I'm going to grab some minced garlic, okay? Now, here's a heads up. Garlic clove, not me. I like, you load the pan up because you want, because once that puppy starts just, oh, it's going to be, we do our sea scallops. I'm going to pull them out so I don't forget. Set those right over there. All right. Let's see, our potatoes should be good. Let's go ahead and grab those out. Yep, they're barking at me, so I think they're pretty good. When you hear them steaming like that, they're yelling at you, it means they're ready. They're good and hot. So, please be careful with them. There you go, very soft. So come out, roll them off the paper, and you're going to let them cool. All right? So again, if you want to kind of take it, you see how easy and mushy it is, right? Grab a potato, same way. Pull it off there like so. So there we go. You want those to cool a bit. And then pretty soon we're going to squeeze them in here in about 8, 9, 10 minutes. Okay? Sound good?
Nice.
All right. How we doing? All good with that? Got it all rock and rolling? Let's come back here. Okay, now. Notice we're getting the bubbling on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that back up. So we're going to turn that off. You're going to take your tea bags. And I missed that one string. Alright, you got them. You want to make sure you get them dunked there a little bit, get them in there. And you're just going to let that steep a little bit. So I actually pull it over, put on a little, so you don't want to mess with the counter. There it is. Just let those tea bags sit down in there. And you already start to see that the white wine is becoming nice and purple. Oh, look at that. So, about 5 minutes, okay? And as you can see, we're starting to get that sizzle. So we're going to grab our little spoonish here. We're going to move that around a little bit. Oh, see how you get that nice? Oh, that's going to be beautiful. So then we're going to go ahead and dump the onions in. Carrots and celery. There you go. So this combination, they actually call this the Trinity of cooking. Seriously, carrots, onions, and celery is the base of almost all goulashes, a lot of Italian stews, ragu type dishes, a nice roux if you want to get that started down. So here we're going to get those rolling for a good 5 minutes or so. They're going to get nice and sweated down. Okay, our water's up and running. Okay. So we'll just let that go. It's on I got the water about a 6 to a 5 or 6 on here because you don't want it to be so boiling because it'll overdo your noodles. You want to just put our gnocchi in there. Sound good? Okay. So this is up and running. Let that go. We're going to go ahead and pop this in and get those up and running. So again, 10 minutes by the time this is ready, and hopefully by then our potatoes. Now, where are we? Okay. We're getting close enough to start working with them. Okay. So a little trick is to cut them in half and squeeze out the guts. So again, still pretty hot, but you want them out of the skin. There you go. So, then we'll give your fingers a little break.
Man, I never knew that trick.
There you go. Yep, when you got them good and soft, they'll slide right out. There we go. One more, and now we need to let this sit a little bit longer so that it can cool off. So there you go. Sorry, if you got your, I get that was hot. Please be careful if you have your kids doing that because it's still very, very warm. And I had a habit of right to my mouth because I got a little too close to the to the skin. So the innards got me a little bit there. So there we go. Pop that over there. That there. Okay. Now we can actually start smushing it down a little bit. Yeah, that'll also help it kind of cool off a little bit. So we do not want to put an egg into a really hot because it'll actually cook the egg as opposed to doing what we want. So once that cools a little bit more, we'll do a shortcut and actually put it into the refrigerator. I could probably a little bit more juice. Oh my God, it's there. Oh my God, it's that way. Oh my God, that way. Again, be careful because the guts of them are actually really good and hot. So, okay. So once this cools a little bit more, we'll stick it in the refrigerator to cool it off a little bit faster. Okay. Now, so you can start to see you want to get that little bit of a, it looks like it's burning. It's not. Notice how the garlic is browning? That's good. That means everything's being opened up. Okay? Once you start seeing that garlic like that browning a little bit, turn your heat down to about an 8 so it's about a 7, kind of a medium high, and so that these can continue to soften down because they're going to be part of our sauce. Okay? There we go. We'll let that continue cooking in there. All right. So I have 2 more pans back here. So with that, I used the white wine vinaigrette, but it's off. It's just going to sit there. When we get our gnocchis done, we're going to get that up real good. And we're going to brown the gnocchi a little bit. And then this is for our sea scallops when we're up and running. We'll move that forward when we're done with the water. So we'll have some. We're going to get that thing set up and ready to go. So we're going to grab some olive oil in there. And to my favorite.
Never have enough of that.
Can never have enough garlic. Never, never, never. So that's going to create a nice little pan sear on the sea scallops. And so listen, if you don't like scallops, you don't like, another good white fish is tilapia. You would obviously prepare a little bit different. But for this dish, a nice soft white fish is beautiful because it goes so well with the gnocchi and the sauce that we're making. But if you're like my mom who refuses, so those are coming together real nice. We're going to go ahead and turn that heat off on that, but just let it continue to sit there. Notice how the garlic and the onions are browning. That's going to be really good. That's awesome. We're ready to rock and roll on that. We got our peppers in there. They're up and rocking and rolling. It's going to ding here in a minute when it reaches its full temperature. Now, so again, our potatoes are still kind of on the warm side. We don't want to work with those just yet. So we pop them in here, just kind of give them a quick cool off. Okay? So now, we'll work back on our vinaigrette. So we've had this sit for about a good 5 minutes. And if you can come in here with the light, let's get a good picture of the light. Look how deep purple that white wine vinegar turned into, right? So you want to make sure you capture all that good juice. So you grab a spoon, like so. You want to take them, and most of you ought to do this, and use the string to push against to get all your good stuff out of there. Okay?
Wow, that smells good.
Yeah, so it's a really good flavor. Okay, so we're going to like take a couple of these at a time. So there we go. Or and give a nice push to get all that good flavor out. You want all that good tea out, because that should base your flavor. Okay, like so. Now, like all good chefs, we wash our hands. This is how we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is how we wash our hands so we can cook food. All right, sounds good. There we go. My mom taught me that. Actually, she didn't. Okay, all right. So then we're going to take a little bit of honey. This is the part where you're going to just kind of be feeling. So if you want to measure, you want about a tablespoon. If you're like me and you really like honey, you give more than a tablespoon. It's not going to hurt it. You want to take that was just honey. This is some actually honey Dijon mustard. Okay. And so you want to put just a half a tablespoon of that in there. Okay. Actually, we're having a bit of issue with that. There we go. All right. Make sure you get it in good shape.
Typical mustard. All the juice comes out first.
There you go. Just a little bit in there on that. Okay. Then you're going to grab. Okay. There you go. Up and running. So you just want to start stirring that in a little bit. You want to mix it in a little bit. Okay. Okay. Then you come to your blender and you pour your whole thing. I recommend you actually come back over to the sink so you don't make too much of a mess. Give a nice little stir on that. There we go. So that in there for Curtis to do later. Okay. Then I have a cup of, now you can use olive oil or vegetable oil. Either one, doesn't matter. Okay. You dump it in there like so. Okay. I've also gone and pulled out some garlic anyway. Again, dump your garlic in there. You want just a little pinch of salt. Not much, just a smidgen. One little pinch in there, just a little bit. And you want to put just a little bit of pepper in there. Not much, just puts a little bit. There you go. You pull this back around and now you start. Again, let it stop and then you can get a chance to really push up the garlic and salt and pepper. There you go. Now, nice, beautiful color.
Strawberry milkshake.
Almost. Now, I'll give Curtis a chance here to tell us what he thinks of it.
Kind of sweet.
Kind of sweet, yep, because it's a nice blueberry acai.
Yeah, that tastes great.
Good. So then you can put this in the refrigerator. I just have a little container put in. It makes it easier to pour onto your. So there you go. A nice little acai blueberry vinaigrette. And the cook always has to take a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. So we put it in the refrigerator. There you go, till we're ready. Now we'll come back to a little wash of the hands because we're cooking, of course. Okay, grab the little towel. Okay, now we should be getting close. We can start working with the gnocchi. Okay. Now this can be a little bit challenging. I'm not going to lie one bit. It's a lot of part of it is just a little bit of feel. So we already have out 2 cups of flour. Okay. You're going to start with about 1.5 cups of that. Okay. You want to make sure you have some extra flour on hand because you're going to want a good floured countertop when we're ready to work. Okay. Let's pull this puppy out. Okay. Yeah, so you can start working with it. So it still needs just a little bit more in the refrigerator. Okay, so we're going to flip it back over there. Stick that puppy back in the refrigerator for another 2 or 3 minutes. If you want, if you're like me and you don't like to sit still too long while you're in the kitchen, get your stuff back out of the way so you're able to use your full countertop. Okay. Put your mustard back away, and that's rocking and rolling. Honey back away. You can take a quick peek at your, there you go. So look at your peppers. Notice how they're starting to brown a little bit? Okay. So you're about 2 or 3 minutes from those being good and ready. Okay. And we have a nice browning of our, it's all good. The garlic looks like it's burnt. It's not. It's nice and brown. Everything's good and sweated. That's going to put a beautiful taste when we puree all this all together. Okay? So we'll leave that right there. As it's up rocking and rolling, we're good to go. We're waiting on our gnocchi. So we're actually getting close, guys. We're going to start probably at about on the sea scallops. Sea scallops take about 7-8 minutes to get a nice good pan sear on them. Okay? We got our water up and running. We got this ready back here. So we're going to turn your back burner the butter and the garlic. That's it. Okay? You want to get it to about a medium heat, about a 5. Okay? Maybe a 6. You want about a good medium. Because we're going to slowly want that start to cook a little bit. Okay? Not too much just yet. There we go. Got that good. Got that good. Waiting on our potatoes. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get a shot on these. I think we can start working with that. Okay? Yeah, you can start working out a little bit. It's still going to be a little bit warm in the hands. Okay? If you want to be very precise, this is, I don't like to be very precise because that's for bakers. I like to just have fun and get a feel. You should measure out typically 3 medium-sized sweet potatoes. Gutted is 3 cups. Okay? So good. All right, now I pull the egg out. Pull it out so I wouldn't lose it. Here, eggy, eggy, eggy. All right. Well, that's kind of fun. Okay.
I thought I saw it in a cup like this.
Yeah, I thought so too. Well, maybe, oh, there it is. I put him out so I wouldn't lose him. There's your egg. So you take 1 egg, crack him, drop him in there. Okay? There you go. There's your egg. Okay, you're going to take 1.5 cups. So start with 1 cup of flour. Okay? Dump it in there. Now, this is where you're going to start using your hands in a few minutes, but you want to start with a simple stir. Okay? You're going to kind of what they call folding it. Okay? So you do a nice little couple of push downs with that egg. And you'll start just folding it over like so. The consistency we want to get to, this is why you start with 1 cup. Because if you don't measure out your gnocchi, or the sweet potatoes, you may have too little or too much. So you start, see the egg right there, it's getting nice broken up. We're starting to stir it all together a little bit here. So you remember when we did our pizza dough a couple weeks ago, how it starts where it looks like it's not, like, okay, Father, you're saying, well, it's too dry already. It'll start loosening up, okay? There you go. You want to make sure you get things rolling. So you want to make sure you get a sticky dough. You start with less flour, then more flour. because if you use too much flour, they'll become doughy, or chewy, gummy, and they're not quite as good. So notice how we're not quite there yet. So we come back with another half a cup in there, okay? We still got about half a cup left if we choose to go to a full 2 cups. I think we'll be okay with 1.5 cups, okay? Probably just there you go, yeah, so a little bit more. So notice we're getting there. Okay. Now this is where we have some fun. We got the good mix together. So we take our spoon, we put that puppy back in there, and now we get to the hands. Just like we did the pizza dough, right? You want to be able to feel the dough. You're trying to get it all mixed together a little bit in there. It's going to be, you want to be able to make it into a dough. Now this is still a little bit too wet, so we're going to add more flour to it. Okay, probably just a little bit more than that. There you go. And you want to start feeling a sticky dough. Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. So that should be enough on our gnocchi. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now, take the rest of your flour and really flour the counter up. You'll make, there's a lot of flour now, okay? Kind of get a nice spread around on it. Because you're going to grab your dough. You're going to grab your gnocchi dough. You're going to try to roll it out here into a ball. Notice how we've got a ball. You can make it a ball. It's still sticky, but not overly sticky, right? Okay? Now, kind of flour it on both sides a little bit. Okay? Here we go. Now,
hard to believe that was sweet potatoes.
I know, so you just want to kind of give a little feel of it. Here we go. Now, this is what I recommend at this point. Is you want to, now that you've got it, now I want you to kind of look here. It's still sticky, but I can make a ball of it. Okay? Now, just make, I want to grab my cutter. Size, okay? Not the size of my hand there. You'll probably be able to get 8, 9, 10, 12 pieces of gnocchi out of this. So now that you've got it all good, you're going to start rolling it out. Okay? Now what you'll find is you start rolling, you have to cut it in half again. Okay? Rolling it out a little bit more. There you go. Kind of like we did the breadsticks, right? So then you're going to go about that much. There's your sweet potato gnocchi right there. Now, take our other piece, kind of roll it out a little bit. There we go. So you're able to kind of see the length of them, about the size of them. Okay. Toss it over here. If you want to have fun, you can use a fork and put the traditional look on the gnocchi. I'm too hungry to wait that long. I want to get these puppies in the water, so we move on to our next part. I want to make sure I grab my peppers because I forgot. There we go. There we go. So we got those peppers like so. We got this like so. We're going to grab, I love using my little tongs. I'm going to put them over here for right now, because we're getting ready to start the sauce, like so. Okay, so we'll come back to that in just a minute. Let's go back over here with our gnocchi. Let's roll out another one. Make sure you have good flour on it. Okay, once you got good flour, you want to roll it out a little bit. Okay. Could you want to bring the fork out of that and show it?
Sure.
I'll show you real quick if you want to. Again, it's kind of the traditional gnocchi look to it. So you can kind of take them, and they're kind of rolled off. You want to get the little look like so. That didn't do real well. So you can kind of take a fork, kind of give them the little. So that's the typical gnocchi look. We're not going to worry about that because tonight it's about eating. So there we go. We're going to get these into the water. They're in the water about 2 minutes. 3 minutes. They're going to start low in the bottom, and then they're going to circle back to the top. Okay? So you take them over, and you kind of plop them in, and notice they sit to the bottom. Curtis got you there. Turn slow. Notice they sit to the bottom. In about 2 minutes, they're going to come to the top. Get a few more of them there. Don't grab them all like a big handful because you'll smush them because they're still soft and doughy. Put them back in. So there we go. Now if you look back there, so I got a little bit carried away and I missed my butter just a little bit. That's okay. There we go.
Can you turn this down at all?
Just down about a 4 is good. Well, that's rock and roll. And the last couple in there. Now we're going to move to the sauce, folks, and we are then going to move to the side. So yes, and I realize they haven't all gone at the same time, but within just a little bit of each other, they'll be all right. Turn it back up just a little bit there. Okay, there we go. They're rock and roll. Okay, set our bowl back over here. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. You can then take your 2 remaining, or however, if you want to, you can actually wrap those up and put them back in the refrigerator, and they'll be good. You can roll some more. You're probably in the refrigerator 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and you can roll them back out. Okay, so ready on that. Now, we got our sauce. Okay, so what you got here, you're going to keep the same pan. What you're going to do is you're going to take your peppers and that nice carrot and celery, all that good stuff in there. And you're going to put it in your food processor, your blender. Okay, this is how we're going to get the very smooth texture. Now, don't wash your pans. Put it back over here because you're going to use it again. Okay, I have there in there. I have half a cup of vegetable stock. There you go. Turn it on. And you get a nice little consistency like that, right? You bring that back over, you pour it back into your pan. If you want, you can take a little bit of water to kind of make sure you get all your good juices back out of there. Okay, perfect. Pull it off to the side. Now, notice our gnocchi have come to the top. Okay, so they're good and ready. So then you strain them a little bit right into the pan. That was the water hitting the butter. Like so. Now we'll let those kind of hang out a little bit. We're going to switch this away. We're going to turn this back up a little bit, and we're going to move you forward because we're going to now get ready our sea scallops going. You then take your feta cheese. I actually like the tomato and basil. You dump it in there. You grab our spoon and you let it start stirring up. Do not freak out that you see like what looks to be the black. Remember, you want that nice flavor. As we got it turned back up here a little bit, it's going to get rolling. You're going to grab your little, with your gnocchi. Yes, and look brown, and look black. It's just the garlic, remember? It's okay. And they're kind of browning up a little bit. If you don't want to brown them, you can literally eat them as they are.
Tastes good?
Mm-hmm. There we go. So good. Got our sea scallops. I cleaned them out earlier, put them back in here, dump them in. There we go. So our meal is very close to being ready. Our gnocchi is browning up a little bit. So what I like to do at this point is actually, you got your sauce back on here getting warm. So we're going to turn your sauce back on to about a 6. Turn the back burner off. And you're going to put your gnocchi back into your sauce so they get a chance to cook up in there together. Okay. Then you make sure you turn your oven off so you don't burn it. And you got to give it a little stir. And let them all just kind of cook in a little bit together. So again, don't panic if it all looks black in there. That's okay. So, where are we at? We have our sea scallops that we're pan searing. Okay? So, how do you know if your sea scallops are ready? They're going to go from sort of a little bit, there's a little tinge of pink. It's a little bit of the pink right there. It's going to become almost a very white, but you're also by feel. Notice how this bounces? It's still rubbery. Okay? When they're ready, there's a much firmer, so there's a good example of how you see a little bit of the pink. See this? Sorry. Still, you can tell that that's uncooked. You just leave them in here. You're looking at about 5 minutes on these in here, guys. Turn it down a little bit as they're rolling. I would keep moving a little bit so that you actually get a nice on both sides. Pull them back into the middle together. If you want to have a little bit of fun when you're just about ready, you pour some Parmesan right on top of it. And it kind of puts a little cheese in there. Our sauce is up and running. Our scallops are almost ready to go. Our gnocchi is in the sauce. We are real close to having la pasta, okay? So, you got the little salad. I mean, ahead of time, just a simple salad, don't worry about that. Just a little bit of stuff in there, a little bit of salad. So we got our vinaigrette that you pour out, that's getting a chance to cool up a little bit. Your sauce on your gnocchi is starting to rebubble a little bit. So at that point, you want to kind of take it off and let it just kind of sit there. Now we're just waiting on the sea scallops. So again, like right here, notice how it's much firmer. It's not bouncing down as much. Okay? So we're probably about a minute from these being good and ready. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and just turn those off a little bit, let them sit there in their own juice for a minute, while I ladle out a plate to give to my seminarian.
Wow, what a treat.
So you can see what it looks like, and this is how I would prepare it. I would come in and I would grab your spoon, a couple of the gnocchi, a little bit of the sauce, now, I've come to know that my seminarian is a big eater, so we're going to give a couple more gnocchi in there for him. There you go. You're going to grab a couple of your sea scallops. I put them right next to the sauce because actually the sauce on these sea scallops together is a really beautiful. So again, there we go. Put the salad on.
So the pink thing you made there was the dressing for the salad,
Yes.
right?
So now, notice that celery. You have to put your finger on top. Give it a good old shake up again, because of the oil. Put a little bit on there. And he can have more if he wants. Voila! Are we good to go? All your burners are off. There you go. Stove is off. That is cooking time with Father E. Hopefully you enjoy your meal. Let me know how it turned out. Send me some pictures. God bless everybody.